Hello, everyone. This is our final demonstration for our Courtside web app. My name is Jack Henderly.
Joshua Rega.
I'm Sean Neri.
And I'm Victoria Van Loo.
So the use case for our game is that we wanted to build a web app that would allow the user to put themselves in the shoes of a basketball manager. This includes managing a roster, playing games, and making real-time decisions. Um, the problem we're solving is that people are looking for ways to enjoy the game of basketball from the perspective of someone with control over the operations. So to solve that, we created a free-to-play experience that allows users to comprehend the complex nature and the strategic side of basketball in a replayable product.
Okay, in making our app, we used to render to host it. We stored our data in MongoDB. On the front end, we use React, Node.js, JavaScript, and CSS to make it look, appealing to, a customer. And backend wise, we use Python.
The persona that we made up is 26-year-old Marcus, a lifelong 76ers fan who's tired of watching his team lose year after year. He thinks it's their coach's fault and that he could lead them to victory if he controlled the team. He's looking for cheaper options to experience being a basketball manager, so he came to Courtside. So Marcus gets on Courtside and starts on the landing page. He clicks Start Your Franchise and makes his own account. He enters in a username that he thinks of. He types his email and creates a password and hits sign up. He creates his first save with the title Sixers and chooses his favorite team.
So after Marcus selects his team, he's able to look through his roster. If he wants to get a better view of a player, he can go through and click and look at their player profile. For example, let's go for Jared McCain. So once he selects the player, he can look at their, age, their stats, their contract, everything about that player specifically. So we go back out. Now that the season is about to begin, Marcus needs to set his lineup. So we're going to go to the lineup tab. Going to click that. We're going to select 5 starters and 5 bench players. So we'll throw Edgecombe, Paul George, Edgecombe, Oubre, Maxey, Paul George. We'll throw them in the starting lineup, and then we'll throw 5 guys on the bench. And then once we select our starting and bench lineup, we can save that. Now we'll go and we'll look at the schedule to see who we're playing for the first game of the year. So now that Marcus sees he's playing the Celtics, we're going to go over to the Teams tab and get a look at their roster. So Marcus has an idea of who he's playing. So after looking through, Marcus knows who he's playing, what matchups he has to look out for. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to play the game. Once we're in the pregame area, we can edit our lineup if we want to, but because we just picked that, we're going to go with what we did. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to simulate the game. Here we go through a quarter-by-quarter basis, and we can see the score go up. And towards the end of the fourth quarter, we have our moment system. So here's where Marcus gets to enact some of his own willpower, and he gets to make a choice. So heading into the fourth quarter, Marcus' teams is down 6. So this is where Joel Embiid looks to Marcus for a game plan. So we're going to choose to give the ball to Joel Embiid. We're going to put the ball in his hands. Take the high-risk option here. And after that's simulated, we can see Marcus made the right decision. Sixers win. And after we get into our post-game scene, and we can look at the moments, we can look at the box score, see all the players, get an idea of, the intricate parts of the game. And after that, we can go ahead and return to the dashboard.
After Marcus plays a couple more games, we can see our updated standings and stats displayed here on the dashboard. We can see team leaders, league leaders, overall teams, and our next upcoming games. Unfortunately, during those games that Marcus played, one of his players got injured. To combat this, we will use our recovery system and our stamina system. In order to heal Tyrese Maxey so he can play his games properly again, we have to spend our stamina to heal him. Alternatively, you could also wait until his injuries heal, but he will be unavailable in the lineup until that time comes. Also with our stamina, we can trade a player. Let's say I want to trade my worst player, or attempt to trade my worst player, Jabari Walker. I can pick any other team. We'll just do Magic. And I'll try to trade for Tristan da Silva. Here we can see a comparison of the 2 players' overalls. Very even trade, 0 points. However, it's not guaranteed that we will get the trade. We'll try, and it was accepted. We can still have 15 players, and Tristan da Silva is now on our team. We can also practice to improve our scoring or defense for the next game, which will adjust either our team score or the enemy team score, respectively. And now that we've spent all of our stamina, all we can do is play another game. This time we're up against the Pacers. We have a slightly better overall. Another real-time decision here. We shall take the low-risk option and stay the course. Unfortunately, that option is the reason we lost. We lost 2 points. Without that, we might have had a better outcome. So your actions do actually matter when simulating the games. After losing that game, Marcus decides that maybe the trade didn't work out so well after all, so he's going to release Tristan. This action cannot be undone, but releasing a player has another benefit, which is reducing your salary cap, which will allow us to sign a new free agent down here back at the dashboard. So Tristan can pick from any one of these available players, as long as he does not go over his allowed salary cap. Let's just try to get Cam Christie. And Cam Christie has been signed. And now we're back at our cap of 15 players.
At the end of the year, if you go to the standings page, you can see the standings for both the East and West Conference. As you can see, Marcus's team is first place in the conference. So going back to home, he would now open the playoff pit. As we can see, his team is in the playoffs. So if we go down to upcoming games, he can see that he has a game against the Magic. So he'll play it now. Same lineups, of course, simulate. Choose a medium risk option this time because it's the playoffs. Okay, and his team won game one of the playoffs. So now we go back to the homepage, and we'll see that his score updated in the bracket. So now his team is leading, his series 1-0. His team failed to win the playoffs, so we advanced to the offseason. In the offseason, there are phases. The first one is player progression. Here in this screen, he can see all the changes to players on our team and other teams. As you can see, there were players that stayed on team, and there are players whose contracts expired, and they're now going to be free agents in the upcoming phase. The next phase in offseason is the draft. Opening up the draft page, you can see that there are players that are available to be picked, and each team has picks according to their old standings from last season. In the top right corner, there's a button to begin the draft. After pressing it, each team will start making selections. Our team is at the end because we ended pretty well. And on the left side, there are players that are available. At the bottom of the page, our team needs are shown. We can see that our team has only one point guard and one power forward. So those are our two positions that we should maybe focus on. Looking here, the top player is a point guard, and we need one. So let's pick him. And for our last pick on the left side, we'll see that there are a few players that are good, but they aren't necessarily our needs. So we'll go down a little bit further for a power forward. And there we have one. So we'll choose him. And then at the top of the page, you can end the draft and proceed to the next phase. the last phase of the offseason is free agency. When you open the menu for it, you can see our available salary cap, our player breakdown, and each player below's salary demands, their overalls, and their age. So we have 24.6 million available, and we only have one spot open on our team. So let's find a player that has a salary, in that range. Alperen Şengün for 6.6 million. That's quite the deal for us, so we'll take that one. And we have two more slots open, and we have around $15 million, perhaps 18 million. So we'll go up, so go down again, find a player that also fits in that range. We need a power forward, so Miles Bridges, that works for us. And our last player that we're signing is Hachimura. Now go up top, and we are finished making signings. Our team is full, so we'll hit finish. And you can now see all the activity from other teams, our team combined. See all the players that change teams, and their salaries. At the bottom, you can then advance to the season.
That's all we have for our final demo of Courtside. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the court. Goodbye.